Tom Brady uncharacteristically missed 11 days of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp. Does this mean that he won't be ready for the first game of the new season against the Dallas Cowboys? Should we expect more absences like this from the legendary quarterback? And what is the real reason for this 11-day absence? Keep watching to get the answers to all these questions and more. So let's dive right into when the Bucs' first match of the new season is scheduled to hold. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers start the 2022 season on Sunday, September 11th, 2022, against Dallas Cowboys. The game will be played at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. If Tom Brady starts the game, he will be the oldest quarterback in the NFL history to do so. Both teams also met on Week 1 of the 2021 season at Buccaneers Raymond James Stadium, and the Buccaneers narrowly won 31-29. Sunday's game is also expected to be a close one. Up next, what are the Bucs' chances of winning the championship? Having been champions 2 seasons ago, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hoping to achieve that feat this season. They are the top favorites to make it to the playoffs, according to Yahoo Sports, while ESPN ranks them as second favorites behind the Green Bay Packers. However, a few issues might mar their chances. One of these issues is that the Bucs have a new head coach in Ted Bowles. While Bowles has been an excellent defensive coordinator throughout his career, his dubious play call in the playoffs loss to the Rams still lingers in the fans' minds. He also has not had it too good as a head coach, judging from his time at the New York Jets. The Buccaneers have also lost a few key players in their offensive line. Ali Marpet retired at the end of last season, while Ryan Jensen is out due to injury. Then, they also have a 45-year-old quarterback. No matter how awesome Tom Brady is and has been over the past 20-plus years, there would still be concerns about his age affecting his ability to perform consistently at a high level. That said, it would be a shock if the Bucs don't make it to the playoffs. The playoffs might be where things get hard for them. This leads us to our next question. Is this Tom Brady's last season? In what has been a legendary career spanning 22 NFL seasons, Tom Brady has won 7 championship rings, 3 MVP awards, and 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He is widely regarded as the greatest quarterback of all time. His glittering career has made him a global sports star. However, in recent years, the questions that have been on everybody's lips is, when is Tom Brady going to retire? Will he ever stop playing football? These questions look like they had been answered when he retired earlier this year after 22 seasons. But just 40 days later, he unretired and rejoined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he had spent the last 2 seasons. Truth be told, Tom Brady is still one of the best quarterbacks currently. Last season, Brady posted 5,316 passing yards, 43 passing touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. As long as he continues to post ridiculous numbers, he would always want to keep playing. But then there are whispers that his decision to come out of retirement did not go down well with his wife. This will also be a factor that will affect his decision to keep playing. Up next, what is the real reason for Tom Brady's 11-day absence? In August, Tom Brady suddenly went missing from the Buccaneers training camp. This then unexplained absence set tongues wagging. Some people said that he was probably thinking about making his retirement formal. The rumors gained force when the Buccaneers media channels wouldn't provide an answer. Well, Tom Brady had to let the cat out of the bag himself when he eventually came back, and you wouldn't believe the reason he gave. According to Tom, "I'm 45 years old. There's a lot of shit going on." Tom was being cagey and was not ready to give anything away. But think about it. 45-year-olds probably have a lot of stuff to deal with, and Tom needed some time off to deal with whatever 45-year-olds usually deal with. In any case, the Buccaneers star quarterback is back in time for the beginning of the season, which is what matters most to football fans. Still, in the same vein, should fans expect more absences like this from Tom Brady during the season? To be honest, it's difficult to predict if Tom would take any more unexplained leaves from the team during the season. However, we can say that if he took time off before the season began to deal with whatever he had to deal with, he most likely won't be taking any more breaks during the season, except if it's an emergency, and we don't hope for any of those. In related news, what is the update on Ryan Jensen's injury? The Pro Bowl center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers suffered a knee injury on July 28th, which was only the second day of the Buccaneers training camp. Remarkably, no particular information has been revealed regarding the extent of Jensen's injury, given the context of sport and social media, where insider knowledge, drama, and even injury news feels like it's something publicized before the player falls on the turf. Although no exact information has been provided by the club, it is obvious that he suffered a major knee injury based on first-hand info, video of the play, and even some unclear statements from Todd Bowles. So in essence, no updates. The club is keeping this close to its chest. It is more bad news for the Buccaneers as Robert Hainsey suffers an injury in the final game of preseason. With just 11 minutes remaining in the second quarter of the Bucs' final preseason game versus the Colts tonight, Robert Hainsey, who was brought into the team to replace injured Pro Bowl center Ryan Jensen, dropped to the turf with an obvious injury. With Jensen playing such a vital position in Tom Brady's offense coming into his 3rd season, there was lots of speculation that the Bucs might try to replace him after he got injured. That is, until all indicators pointed to Hainsey being the appropriate man for the position. Apparently, the Bucs coaching staff has been highly highly satisfied with the second-year player out of Notre Dame since he took over the role. He has not only played well at training camp, but also in all of his preseason games. This game was intended to be a warm-up for Hainsey, who had a weird but important grip on his starting place. The good news is that Hainsey was able to leave the field on his feet with the help of trainers. Buccaneers fans, coaches, and players will all be waiting for news on the seriousness of this injury. Still about the Bucs, 72% of analysts have tipped the team to win NFC South. The Bucs are favorites to make it into the playoffs, but the question is, in which position will they finish the regular season? 25 NFL analysts gave their predictions, and 72% of them believe that the Bucs will have what it takes to top their division. When Nick Shook was asked, he reportedly said, "The Buccaneers have a ton of questions along the offensive line, but they also have the magic elixir known as Tom Brady, as well as a bevy of weapons for him to utilize. This is far from a guaranteed outcome, but many have paid for betting against number 12 before. In Brady's age 45 season, there's no reason to believe any of the other NFC South teams will unseat the king." This is a statement shared by many NFL fans. The Bucs might have some holes in their team, but they have a talisman in Tom Brady. Up next, the Bucs' former receiver has been claimed by Houston Texans. To comply with the league requirement of a 53-man roster, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had to make some cuts. Wide receiver Tyler Johnson, who was the first person released, was one of the casualties of that. Johnson was supposed to be dismissed among players like Jalen Darden, Scotty Miller, and Brashad Perriman, but he ended up getting the short end of the stick. Johnson had many chances to show off his growth, especially last year when the Bucs' receiving core was severely depleted. He struggled to communicate with Tom Brady and had trouble dropping passes and separating from defenders. However, with new talent coming in the form of Julio Jones and Russell Gage, he had to be moved on. Luckily enough for him, he's already got a new team. To round off related news, former Eagles starting linebacker joins Buccaneers. This preseason, during training camp and games, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have battled with a sizable number of injuries. The linebacking core was one of the places where the team had confidence, but with the injury to backup outside linebacker Cam Gill, the position group started to wane a little. After being released by the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday, 4-year NFL outside linebacker Jannard Avery joined the Bucs on Wednesday. Bucs fans will hope the team doesn't suffer too many injuries during the season, especially to their important players. Congratulations on getting to the end of the video. Is this Tom Brady's last season? Where do you think the Bucs will finish both in the regular season? Do you think they'll surely get into the playoffs? Leave your answers in the comment section.